Yeah, we're live now. We're live, Kieran.
All right. Hello.
Hi
Perfect.
guys. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Court TV edition of the NBA Draft and our reactions to it. Uh, Kieran, I'll be sending you a link right now.
Perfect. And I'll post it on the Twitter
Okay.
ASAP. And hello, everyone.
Um,
Hello there.
hey there, bud. Didn't see you there, bud. Uh, okay. Kieran.
All right. Sweet. I just got it.
Okay.
All right. Sweet.
Let me just.
Ooh, look. This is so cool. This is so cool.
I'm
Can I
glad
can
you're
I
liking it. Yeah.
can I like the video even though
Yeah.
it's us
Go
like.
ahead. It's
Alright,
no
I
no
got you.
no one's gonna know.
Yeah.
We are our only supporters.
Oh, this is sick. All right. I'm gonna post it on YouTube right now.
All right.
Ooh, the Kate Cunningham edit looks sick
Yeah.
on that.
Let me.
That what's it?
Uh, I'm gonna just put on the AirPods. Be ready to go.
All right. Let me, Kieran, can you look at the live stream and let me know if the audio is good? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. No worries. No hurt. Um, when you're doing it, just let me know how it was before I put on the AirPods and how it was after, so I'll know which one to do and whether your audio can be heard through it. Um, honestly, yeah, up to you. Up to you. I'm just setting up everything so I'm able to see. Uh, probably need to close the door. Um, is there anything else I need to take care of? Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Need to airdrop this. So the Raptors page has now posted a picture of our Lord and Savior Masai Ujiri at the table where they discuss who goes in and who doesn't. Very exciting. They should be. They, are you sure Masai is? Um, YouTube Studio. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Uh, let's make this private. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm, no, no. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You do whatever you need to. Just let me know how the audio is. You do it in whatever method you want to do it. We got 10 minutes. So, yeah. All right. Call one more time. Call one more time. All right. The audio is good. All right. Even with the AirPods, right? Okay, okay, okay. For a second. Wait, what? I am still watching Sportsnet. Please no. Uh, okay. Let me go in here. All right. I have now link in the bio. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Uh, do you see Josh Giddey right now going up? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're in the same spot. We're in the same spot. It's all good. I'm guessing you got Sportsnet now. Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Jalen Green now. Yeah. We're, we're on the same thing. I thought you had Sportsnet now because of the Blue Jays stuff. So, yeah. Big sad. Okay. Um, so the stream is good. What else do we got here that we need to take care of? So, Kieran, I'm gonna show you some of the graphics we got for tonight. They're not the best, but they are what we can do what we can do at the moment. So the first thing we got is the scene trade. So this is a scene trade. This is just a random one we got here. Whenever I need to, I'll go into studio mode and we'll just fix this up. We'll just switch. I got all 30 teams here and I got the text. So we'll just add in some text, switch the team logo, and we'll be ready to go. Then we got our social scene. You can like and follow, subscribe us on these pages. And lastly, we got the scene break where we'll be back shortly. Uh, yeah, thank you. But in the we'll be back shortly, I have no clue how that'll work. So I don't know how to turn off the audio. So it's just gotta be what it is. But yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, it will be fine. All right. Uh, I just gotta take care of some stuff. So this stuff is I need to add text. So and by text I mean add the players' names. Uh, there's nothing you can really do, Kieran. But if you want to talk about some of the players, we can start talking about them now. Um, you say stuff. I'll tell you as I'm working on it right now for a second. So I'll just start the convo then. So it has been confirmed that the Detroit Pistons will pick Cade Cunningham this afternoon with the number one pick, but we're still unsure whether that pick will get traded or not. So an example is the 1998 draft with Vince Carter and Anton Jameson, where they did get drafted at the team at like Vince Carter at Golden State and Anton Jameson at the Raptors, but then they got traded afterwards. So that might be something that could be happening, or like the Luka Doncic, Trae Young situation. Do you think that is a possibility or not? You don't think so? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Cade Cunningham. Uh, so as I was making my notes here, my last minute notes, because I'm a professional, I always do my notes months ahead before time, before these players were even born. But because I do my notes early, I was looking at what players I think are good, what players have the highest potential, and with the fourth pick, I think Toronto's most likely going to pick the what I think is the safest choice in Jalen Slugs. A lot of the players like Jalen Green and Kate Cunningham have pretty high floors in terms of what they can become, in my opinion. Uh, I'll mention what I think their floors and ceilings are later, but I think Cade and Jalen are safe choices. But when it comes to the other players outside, I feel like Jalen Slugs has the highest floor and ceiling in terms. It's like a safe choice of what you're picking. I just want to know who you think that is, in your opinion, in this draft. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. That. Hmm. Okay. Um, I disagree with you, but I get your point. I love Evan Mobley. I think he can be a great center in the league, but this is the two things every year that comes into account with every team and all that. Every draft year is that point guards have a lot of turnovers when they're coming in their first year, and centers necessarily do not become what you think they will be in their first year, unless they are that undoubted number one pick. I'm not saying Evan Mobley isn't that, but when I say the undoubted number one pick, I'm talking about the Carl Anthony Towns or the Kevin Garnett's. Those guys are the ones that, or Tim Duncan. Those are the guys that are going to come in and do it. I don't think Evan Mobley is like that. But as you said about the DeAndre Ayton point, I think within a few years, within 2 years, 3 years, he'll be there. I just don't think right off the bat he needs to be somewhere where he can grow. I don't know if Cleveland is that place, but I think Kevin Love and Larry Nance Jr. and if JaVale McGee will be there, are great role models for him. Great guys to look up to that will help him become that player. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Some of these dudes are younger than us. Some of these dudes are our age. Yeah. Yeah. I do not know about their ages. I just know maybe three of the guys are sophomores, but sometimes you know how some guys just go to prep schools for 1 year, so it's kind. I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's the best way I can put it. Hmm. No, 2002. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, 2002. Yeah. So the guys today are going to be, I think, anywhere between 2000 2002. There will be some 99s for sure, but yeah. Cade, uh, you're making me depressed, but it is what it is. But sadly, our genetics weren't that good to make us NBA players. But we're pretty gifted people. Um, um, that is our life goal. That is our life calling. Um, do you think any surprises will happen tonight? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, Matthew. He's in a midterm right now, and I'm in a stream, man. I'm in a stream. Yeah,
Oh, with Kieran.
yeah.
Oh shit.
It's on
You guys
YouTube.
live
Yeah,
right now?
yeah. We're live right now.
How many people are?
We had 10 people at one point. We're at nine now. Yeah, yeah. All right. Uh, that was the great Matthew Nam joining us for a minute. Uh, oh, we have comments. Um, I'll do the honors. Uh, Scotty Barnes is what's been in most mock drafts. Personally, I think they will take Scotty Barnes, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take James Bouknight. I think Scotty Barnes has a lot of potential, but I think his floor is more of a Harrison Barnes, Jabari Parker type of player. But his physical presence is something that I notice, and I think he is the biggest and tallest, not the tallest, but he is the most heaviest guy amongst the top 11 picks from what I've seen. And I think he has a high potential, but it all depends where he goes. If you're an Orlando Magic's fan, I'm sorry, but I think if he goes to Orlando, he won't fulfill that potential. But that's who I think they'll pick. I wouldn't be surprised about a Kuminga either. Jonathan Kuminga, in my opinion, is up there with the top four picks. I think he should be number five, but if they do pick him, I think Kuminga can be a great pick for the Magic. What do you think, Kieran? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think Ben Simmons? What do you think of Ben Simmons tonight? Mm-hmm. I think I think if a trade happens, the players will be picked anyway. It might happen in the midst of a pick. So like what I mean by this is if a team is trading their, let's say Oklahoma, hypothetically, I don't think Oklahoma will be trading for Ben Simmons, but if they were, they got a few picks, right? They got like the 18th, they got 16th, 20 something. I feel like it would be traded after the 16th pick was picked, but the 22nd will still be on the board, and we will be told that they're thinking of drafting this guy for Philadelphia. And the number 16 is also going to Philadelphia. This is who Philadelphia wanted. So let's say Chris Duarte, that's who Philadelphia wanted. He was the one who was picked. That's what I think. Yeah. 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 They got 56 seconds. It has been confirmed to us that it will be Cade Cunningham. But yeah, we'll see. Do you think Cade Cunningham will get traded to Houston or not? Mhm. Honestly, though, I feel like yeah. Go on, go on, yeah, go on, go on. You got time. You got time. I'll say it after he gets picked. Yeah. How much time is there left? I think the time is up, but I just turned on the countdown timer now. Um, yeah, I think look, Kate Cunningham has the most potential, like, but I think Jalen Green is going to be the most ready. Going in, I'm talking first year only. I'm talking first year. Yeah. We'll see. Uh, as always with every draft, they take literally more than 5 minutes. They take as long as it takes me to deuce to pick. So we'll see what's going to happen in maybe the next 24 hours. If or I think they're going up. Never mind, they're going up. Uh, Mr. Silver is going up. We'll see who's he's about to pick. Yeah. Let's get it, Houston. Will Golden State trade their pick? I think they will. I don't know if they'll do it tonight. I think for sure they will because they're trying to get a team for Steph. Now let's talk about Kate Cunningham. Kieran, I'll let you do the honors. I'll let you begin this one. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, man. Kate Cunningham is a great player. His eye for getting his teammates while they're open is amazing. Some of the passes I saw were Jason Kidd, Magic Johnson X. But in terms of how I think he'll be in the NBA, I feel like his floor is sort of a taller Markel Fultz. I think that's the worst case scenario, but I don't think we even need to worry about that. And with all the predictions we'll give tonight and everything, we don't take into account injuries because I feel if an injury happens, it's not a bust. That player's just they didn't reach their potential. But his ceiling is Kate Cunningham. He's one of a kind, and I don't think there'll be any player like him in terms of what I think he plays like right now. You hear this often. He's like a Luca light, and that is very true. But this is one comparison I have not heard, and that is a Grant Hill. He really plays like Grant Hill, but a more modern day version of him. And I think he's a great pick for Detroit. I want to see how is he going to play aside Killian Hayes because Killian Hayes is a guy I really like. I really think his first year wasn't up to par. He was injured. He wasn't getting much playing time. But if we take Killian Hayes out of the equation, he'll be great alongside Isaiah Stewart, great alongside Sadiq Bey, and I think this is what Detroit needed. As long as he's not injured, Detroit will be back in the playoffs. I don't know about this year, but they will be definitely back in the playoffs by the 2023 season, and hopefully they'll make a championship run in the foreseeable future. Yeah. Yep. Um, let's see. Is it just like and not synced, or is it just not working? Oh, they cannot hear you. Okay. All right. Let me take off the AirPods. I'll just go on blast. That's what I gotta do. Give me a sec.
Okay, Kieran, talk.
Hello, hello, hello.
Can you guys hear him now? Um,
Hopefully it works from now on, but I don't want to mess anything up.
oh no, it's fine. Can you guys hear Kieran now or no? I love how we got one dislike. There's always one guy who dislikes or
Oh, okay.
puts in a sex ad.
We're
Okay.
good.
We're good now. All right. That's great. Uh, do you think there'll be a surprise with Evan Mobley being picked here? Do you think the
do
Houston will choose him?
I mean, I don't think so. It definitely sounds like they're leaning towards Jalen Green. If I were the Houston Rockets, I would, but I don't think that they will.
Okay.
How about you?
I personally thought they would pick Evan Mobley when the whole draft lottery happened. I thought he was number 2 at the time. But I think Jalen Green is the perfect guy because I think Houston is one of the top markets. They are at the end of the day, in my opinion. And how James Harden marketed himself in that city, in that organization, in that community was something I've never seen before. And I think Jalen Green has that charisma, has that attitude, and I think he's the perfect guy there. And I think he would fit perfectly with Kevin Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr. is a once in a generation talent, and I do not understand why a team like Cleveland would throw him away. But those two together with Christian Wood, I think they'll be great. And having if John Wall will be there, if he is there, if Eric Gordon is there, I feel like they would be great mentors to him. I know his leader. It doesn't look like he's a leadership guy. Unlike last year, I've not watched any videos on these guys and how they are off the court, how they talk. I've only watched a few Kate Cunningham and Jalen Slugs videos, but Jalen Green doesn't seem like a leadership guy. He's like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna put it all on the court, and I feel like that's what Houston needs. They can get another guy on the side who can be a vocal leader.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, like you said, Harden was a superstar there. The fans loved him. I mean, we all saw, I guess, the Rockets make the playoffs for so many years during the 2010s, and Jalen Green can be that guy as well. Like you mentioned, I guess, to take Harden's spot.
Oh, Adam Silver's going up now. We'll see who picks.
Oh, someone said thank you for the stream. You're welcome.
God bless your soul. God bless your soul. We thank you for liking the stream, man. We really appreciate it. Thank you for not posting any sex ads on our chats or on our comments. We also really appreciate that. We got 2 dislikes. Double the fun. I don't care if you dislike. You dislike. I don't know what I did to get you that mad to dislike a video with 40 viewers. But I'm glad I got on your nerves. I'm really glad.
Yeah, and we genuinely appreciate all 40 of you. Like, from the bottom of our hearts.
Oh, we do.
We really appreciate you.
And while you guys are here, we really would appreciate if you check out some of our videos at a later time. We do produce good content, in my opinion. It's not often content, but when we produce, we make sure it's good quality content. We're not like ESPN that posts the same video 5 times. Let's get to the actual draft and why you guys are here now. So Jalen Green has been picked by Houston. He honestly, watching how he played in the G League, I was very impressed. I feel like I didn't think he'll do that against grown men, which he did. If I had to compare his floor is very similar to Cade Cunningham, where it's like it's still a really good player. He's like a very skinny Zach LaVine. How he gets into the paint, how he opens up the floor for himself, he's like Zach LaVine. And his ceiling is Jalen Green. He's one of a kind. You hear people talking about, oh, he's like Kobe, he's like Tracy. He's nothing like that. I've never seen a guy like this because I was looking at him like, who is he like? Who does this guy remind me of? And I was like, it's only Zach LaVine, but I think he'll be better than Zach LaVine in no time. He's quick, he's agile, he's bouncy, he's got a nice jumper, and he's one of a kind, and he's got swagger. That's why I think he's perfect for Houston. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I guess in terms of the Zach LaVine comparison, I think that he can be a better player too. I mean, and Zach LaVine is a great player, but Green is going to be that franchise guy, and his potential is even higher than LaVine's is. And I guess you kind of touched on this. He has that swagger around him that makes him seem like a confident but likable guy, and you know he's going to be showing out on the court and balling out from day one. So
I don't know about likable, but he has the swagger. He's got that type of energy where he knows, I am the guy, I know what I'm doing, I know I'm the best. He's got that, the alpha energy.
Yeah, and in my opinion, that makes him likable, I guess, from the perspective like a Houston Rockets fan. And James Harden had that sort of, but I mean, he wasn't like very outspoken. I think if Jalen Green becomes like outspoken, then he's going to be a guy you either love or hate, and Rockets fans will soon come to love him. So I'm sorry if I was confusing, but that's what I meant.
Now, can we talk about his fit? Because man, with that fro, he was looking like Joakim Noah in 2007. Like, he's gonna look back at that and be like, God, should I have really gone with the full fro and the glittery suit? Kind of looking like Prince out here.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt his hair is going to be that long for the entirety of his career, so he may reconsider that later on, but I mean, he still got drafted, so it doesn't really matter.
I'll be honest, though, I kind of like what the sort of stuff he does with his hair. Even in the G League, like, his hair was pretty sick. I didn't know he can do this big fro, but the whole look kind of looks like he's stuck in the 70s, but I guess this is the sort of fits we get nowadays with, NBA players being more involved in the whole fashion industry. I'm currently just adding some of the names for the future players that are going to come up. Don't want to...
And I guess the answer...
we got a Woj alert.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. I think the deal has been done. I don't know. We did mention this
Westbrook
earlier.
to the Lakers?
Yeah, Westbrook to the Lakers.
Oh boy. All right. Well, there's your big three. But I guess before we get into that, we have some more comments to.
Oh, we got more comments. I love comments.
So for one, I don't know about Puyon, but I do not do stocks. I am not smart enough to do that, and I get confused right away with all that stuff. So I'm sorry, but
I lost a bit of money, boys. Sorry, I lost a bit of money on like last year when I got into stocks. I lost a bit of money on this stock that I heard about. Reddit boys never listen to anybody on Reddit. I lost big money. Yeah. Not big money, but I've lost. Like,
I know my brother does stocks.
Yeah. Oh, he does.
My brother does stocks. I mean, but it confuses me. I'm not smart enough to do that. I'm just gonna stick to sports. All right. Next questions. What do you think OKC is gonna do? Oh, and
the pick is gonna go now. Like, I feel like it's gonna go now. So if we do stop and get back to
we'll answer that after.
Yeah, but that guy who asked, "Am I Iranian?" Yes, I am Iranian. Let's see. Okay.
All right. So it's Mobley. So now,
make some comments about Evan Mobley, my guy. Let's hear what you got to say.
All right. I guess before we talk about OKC, we'll get to OKC when they're on the clock. So I apologize for the delay. But Evan Mobley, I guess I said this before the draft began, but he was my second favorite player behind Cunningham, and he was, I guess, also second behind Cunningham in terms of the player who I feel is the most NBA ready right now. And I really like his game. I think the Cavs just got they got their future center, and they definitely got their future center. I think they got their franchise center, and Puyon and I were discussing this earlier, but I believe that he can be a DeAndre Ayton type player very soon. Not immediately. It'll take some time for him to develop, but he can be a similar player in terms of, I guess, how good Ayton is now. So, yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily compare him in playing style, but in terms of growth, I do agree with you. In terms of playing style, look, when I say their floors, this is what they are now, and there's nothing but up to go, or however you say it. But his floor is a JaVale McGee. When I look at him, he's like a young JaVale McGee. He's athletic, he can move around, but he's a more modern day. So he has the ability to shoot when it's needed, but his shooting game does need to improve. In terms of what his ceiling is, I think he'll be an ultra modern day Chris Bosh. So Chris Bosh was very ahead of his time when he was playing, and I think Evan Mobley, if he does grow, he'll be like that. He's a 7-footer that's an athlete. He's lanky. When I saw him the first time, I was like, yo, Raptors, please get this guy. I need this guy. If not Kate, I need him. I don't know about Jalen Green. I don't think he's a Raptor sort of guy. But Evan Mobley for Cleveland, I think this is a pretty good pick for Cleveland, but I hope they don't screw it up, because knowing Cleveland, they always screw it up. There has never been a time where I looked at Cleveland and they did not screw up. But we'll see.
And that's for every sport. Apology for the interruption, but that's for the every sport as well. Not just for the
that's just Cleveland for you. And it's not their fans. They got great fans. There's nothing about the. I love the fans. They're passionate. They're emotional.
Yeah, I do too.
But your organizations need to get fixed. In terms of Evan Mobley, 16.4 points, 8.9 rebounds, 2.9 blocks in 34 minutes of playing time. That is pretty good. I would argue there have been players in bigger conferences, same year as him, in less minutes, average sort of better points when you look at it. But he is one-of-a-kind talent, and we'll see what he will do. Now, there was a comment about Oklahoma City that we need to get to. Love the stream, guys. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Maciel. Thank you very much.
All right. Let's look. Thunder. What do you think the Thunder is going to do? I think they'll keep the players as they are, unless there's a talent they really liked. I'm not too big in the whole Thunder news. I knew they wanted Cade Cunningham. They did want to trade up. But I think unless they can get Cade Cunningham, that won't happen. So I feel like they'll keep the guys they got. I hope they draft Jonathan Kuminga. Look, James Bouknight, I don't see him. I don't see what's there. I don't know. I don't see it. I just don't see whatever they got with Bouknight. Like I sort of see what the potential is, but the potential isn't even great. I'm looking later at the guys we got Sogan right here, yeah? Davion Mitchell, CRISPR, Duarte. I feel like those guys are better than Bouknight. So, yeah. If they draft Bouknight, you got a lot of young players. I think Pokusevski is the best one you got there, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough that they ended up not getting a single top 5 pick, and I'm sure Thunder fans are disappointed, I guess, when the lottery happened, but they're still in a great spot with the picks that they have, and like you said, they have a lot of options, I guess, whether they choose Bouknight or Kuminga or Davion Mitchell, whoever. I guess in my personal mock, I had them picking Bouknight, but I get that you are not sold on him.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Kuminga will be just as good a pick. I don't think that there is a certain pick which is better than others. So, and OKC is just what they got going on there. They just have so many young guys, and whoever they pick will just gel right away, I believe, whether that's Bouknight or Kuminga or whoever. And I don't think there's any player that is above, I guess, a pecking order or whatever. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And as we've mentioned previously in all of our videos, not all of them, but most of them, whenever we talk about OKC, we talk about Sam Presti being on 2K My GM mode right now, because he's just stacking up on them draft picks. He's stacking up on them draft picks, and I don't even know what he's doing. But Adam Silver's going off for Toronto, so let's see this historical moment.
Yep. Oh, wow. All right. So, well, that is, I guess, surprise.
Whenever I get upset like this, I just say in Masai we trust. Look,
Yeah.
this is what I gotta say. Masai's there's something going on here. There's gotta be something going on here. Masai definitely knows someone else wants someone else wanted Scotty Barnes. That's what he's doing, man.
Yeah. Welcome to Toronto, Scotty Barnes.
I did not think of this, so right now we gotta. I'll be making the graphics for it. Kieran, you go ahead. I need to get my emotions together right now.
Yeah, no worries.
You just go ahead, yeah.
All right, so based on our reactions, it's no secret that the two of us wanted Jalen Suggs, and it's no secret that this is a surprise and we're a little disappointed. But
A little.
Scotty Barnes is a
Yeah.
is a great player, and I guess, like I said, I thought that Orlando should pick him at 5. I mean, assuming Suggs was off the board, which now he isn't. But Scotty Barnes, I would have preferred the Raptors to take, a guard like Suggs, but, it is what it is. And he can be a really great player in the front court. I mean, the Raptors, the guard is probably a bigger need, in my opinion, assuming, like Lowry's future is unknown, and Van Vliet's sticking around, but there's a question mark surrounding Kyle Lowry, and Jalen Suggs would have been a great replacement, in my opinion. And now that's not happening, which I guess is a little sad, but
Hey,
Scotty Mitchell's still a great player.
we still repping it. We still repping it.
Oh yeah, we are still gonna love our Raptors till the day we die, and Scotty Barnes for the win.
All right. So now I'm talking. I mentioned it previously when we got a question about Orlando. Scotty Barnes has the floor of a Jabari Parker, Harrison Barnes. He's got a playing style like in terms of stats, his stats are very similar to Draymond Green. But I wrote in here his ceiling is, you can read it here, it all depends on who gets him, right?
Yeah.
It all depends on who gets him. And the Raptors got him. So I think he can be very good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. But his potential is high. His physicality is unique. He could be a backup playmaker and be a good off-ball player. That's what I think of him right now. We'll see. Look. Yeah. I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Go on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You go on. My bad. My mistake.
I told you guys he's a physical presence. We'll see. I was really hoping for a Jalen Suggs here because at first I wanted Cade and Evan Mobley. I started looking more into him. I'm like, yo, maybe Jalen Suggs is the guy. Jalen Suggs is the guy. Maybe I'm seeing something that Masai's seeing something I'm not seeing. Or there's maybe a trade involved. Maybe Toronto knows Orlando wants Scotty Barnes and they want to trade. I don't know. We'll see. But maybe there's a salary cap movement. And I do agree with you in terms of guards. Toronto's guard situation is kind of like, we got Gary Trent Jr. That was my whole thing before too. We got Gary Trent Jr. We got Fred VanVleet. We got Malachi coming. Is this what we want?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I totally agree. And having a strong front court has very little downside, but when our guards have that question mark, like you mentioned, I mean, I think the safer pick would have been going with Suggs. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and nothing can change that now. And we're just gonna trust Masai because he's
in
the
Masai
boss.
we trust. In Masai we trust. I'm a loyal fan. I could scream right now, but then I remember I am glad I do not have the same ownership as other teams like Cleveland. I love Cleveland fans. We just at least I go to bed knowing I got Masai with me. Hopefully he resigns.
And we Raptor fans, we got a championship just 2 years ago. So I mean, it's not too long after. So I mean, we don't have much room to complain. So.
But I don't hope I hope I don't become a Knicks fan where it's been 50 years since I've seen them win, and I'm becoming Spike Lee and Stephen A. Smith, where I'm just like Knicks, where I'm just losing my control. Let's talk about. Someone asked a question about Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell won the NCAA tournament with the Baylor Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, and Jinx. My thoughts on him is that I think he's one of the most ready players. Like right now, if he gets on, he's the most ready. I do think his potential is fairly high, but it always depends where you end up and what your role is and how you're growing. We always got to take that into account. And I hope for all of these players that none of them get injuries, because I know it will happen eventually, but I hope none of them do, because I feel like they're all great, young, talented guys who put in a lot of effort and work, and they deserve whatever that's coming their way. And I hope an injury is not one thing. Like, I hope that's something they're not getting.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. And like his age, like I think he's 23 if I'm not mistaken, and his experience playing on two very good Baylor teams the last 2 years, and I guess all other good Baylor teams earlier. But that will make him an NBA ready player, and I think he is also, I guess, a guard that can start right away if you need him to. But at least coming off the bench from the beginning, he will be a very solid player. So yeah, I agree.
And also, we're only going until the 11th to 14th pick. I do not know about some of the players, so Day'Ron Sharpe. If he's the guy on the Baylor, I know the Baylor Bears had another guy. He was really good. I kind of like what he had, and as I always say, the question is, all these guys are on the same talent level, in my opinion. Some are different than the others. It's all about the fit, and it's always about what situation you're going in. The Orlando Magic are up. Let's see who they pick.
All right, there you go.
Happy for the guy.
Yeah.
Happy for the guy.
All right. I mean, that was the right pick. He was the best player available by far. So, I mean, that was the right pick.
So 6'4" point guard. He has the ceiling of a Gary Payton and a Russell Westbrook with shooting. His floor is a Ricky Rubio with shooting of a Gary Trent Jr. He has an.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but Ricky Rubio, who I believe got traded today.
Oh, he got traded. Wait, what? He got traded.
If I'm not mistaken, he got traded today.
To where?
Cleveland.
Oh man, that's a new low.
Yeah.
For who?
For Taurean Prince,
okay.
I think.
I was working all day on this, so I have no clue what's happening in the NBA world.
Yeah, this is right before the draft began. But I'm sorry for interrupting.
No.
I apologize.
It's all good. He has an NBA ready shot. He is a great passer, and he has great defensive skills. I think he's the closest guy I've seen to Gary Payton. He averaged a good points. He had good stats and less minutes than the other top 4 guys we saw today. And honestly, as I said earlier today, he's the safest pick. And I'm very happy for Orlando. I'm very happy for Orlando's got a steal tonight. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what's happening with Cole Anthony and Markelle Fultz, so we'll see. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the two teams that really got screwed hard by the lottery were, in my opinion, Oklahoma City and Orlando. And I mean, both of them had really good chances to get a top 5 pick. Or sorry, well, Orlando did get a top 5 pick, but I'm sure they wanted to pick higher than 5, and that didn't happen. But now they get a legitimate, I guess, steal, and I'm sure that the front office is very happy to end up with a guy like Jalen Suggs.
I don't think Orlando, in their wildest dream, thought that they would end up with Jalen Suggs tonight. I don't think, like, not even in a trade, they were not even hopeful. I think that this was the best thing that could have ever happened to them. But, yeah.
All right. And now, I guess, we have been delaying talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder for a while, so I apologize to those who wanted us to talk about them. But now they're on the clock, and we can finally talk about them. Yeah. So, Puya, what do you think OKC does here at 6?
I think they should go with Kuminga. These are what I wrote down for Kuminga. I think he's like Pascal Siakam-esque. He's like... I do not know about his background. I'm assuming he grew up in the U.S., but he looks like a guy who's played in the U.S. for most of his life, and he plays like Pascal Siakam. His passing was really good. That's why I'm saying he's sort of like Pascal Siakam, because he drives in. He's sort of a physical presence like Scotty Barnes, and I think he's there. I think he's top 5 player. I think he's a top
Yeah.
5 player in this draft. We'll see what happens. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think they'll do?
I mean, like I said, well, I guess we mentioned this earlier that I don't really mind who they take, whether it's Bouknight or Kuminga. I don't think there's a clear
Yeah.
player they should take, but they're going to get a really solid player at 6, and
Yeah.
one that will, I guess, fit in the young culture that they have. And they have so many picks that they could just fill so many needs that they have and just have like one of the youngest teams of all time, like in general.
Yeah.
And obviously, they traded for Kemba, and who knows if Kemba's going to actually play on the Thunder at all.
Yeah.
But assuming that he does, Kuminga, Bouknight would be a player to, I guess, play behind him and Gilgeous-Alexander and start off the bench. And then Kuminga could obviously get a lot of playing time in the front court too. But we'll see. We'll see what they do.
We'll see. And Oklahoma City has a lot of picks tonight. They'll be just stacking up as always. Does Orlando. Orlando has another top 10 pick. They got the 8th pick coming soon. So we'll see what they'll get. It'll be shocking if they get Kuminga as well, if Kuminga is there by the 8th pick. But yeah.
Yeah. Magic would be clear winners if they end up with Kuminga as well.
Yeah.
But get used to Oklahoma City having a lot of picks, folks. I mean, this is not a one-year thing. That's for sure.
Oh, that. But I think eventually they will trade up.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, for sure. Eventually,
like if they have low picks or like just trade away these people. They got 18 first-round picks until 2027, through 2027. 18.
Yeah,
so that is around 3
there's no
picks.
way they're going to make all 18.
Yeah, no, definitely something's getting traded. But I think there will be more added to the collection. Someone asked us, are you going to stream until the last pick? No, we're going to stream until the 11th to 14th pick, based on how it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a lot of action to go in the draft. I mean, there's already been a pretty big surprise, which is something to talk about for sure, but these next few picks should be interesting. This is where it gets really interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah, and honestly, no, I do agree with you. It starts here, but once you get to the when you're getting to the end of the lottery, when you're getting around the 12th, 13th, 14th, it's just who is it going to be between here and 22nd, and then between 22nd and 40. You don't know who's going to go. It's kind of a crapshoot or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like you get what you get. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's so hard to predict these things. And, I mean, I don't think anybody's ever successfully predicted in first round of the NBA draft.
Oh, that's a hard thing.
Oh, it's damn near impossible.
Unless you literally have insider, unless you're Woj, you probably don't know.
Yeah.
Like Woj definitely knows. Woj can get a 95% right. I feel like he'll just throw a dart or something. It's like, okay, this is who it's going.
Oh, wow.
That's a surprise.
All right.
He was projected to be 10, but they could be screwing up with Memphis. That's the thing. You don't know what these GMs are thinking.
Yeah, Memphis. I thought that Memphis would trade up for this guy, but I mean, listen, he's a solid pick, in my opinion.
That's what they might be doing, though. That's what might they be doing. They might have just asked OKC to draft him right now, and they'll trade up. Even though I think that's sort of stupid because you're paying more money for him being at 6 than 10.
Yeah, but for now, I guess the two of us, we thought that it would be Bouknight or Kuminga, or maybe even Davion Mitchell. I guess Giddey would be a surprise, but assuming Oklahoma City keeps him, solid pick. But on the other hand, if he is traded to Memphis or whoever, then I guess we have to see what the rest of that deal looks like.
What do you think of Josh Giddey as a talent? Have you seen any highlights? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I haven't seen as much of him compared to like some of the U.S. guys, but from what I've seen, he is. He's a really good playmaker, and I guess like the assist jumped up to me, and I guess he'll have to develop his scoring ability
Yeah.
going forward. But this guy can make some plays and set up his teammates really well. So that's what I've seen.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Give me 1 second. I'm just putting up the timer again.
No worries.
What I think of him, yeah. Go on. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just like talk to like I guess until you're ready, but
I'm ready. I'm just setting up the timer so it's about the correct time.
okay, perfect.
Personally, what I think of Josh Giddey, when I saw him, I was very impressed because you look at him and you're like, a white guy from Australia. What can he do really? Like,
Yeah.
and I hate to say this, I'm not, but people are saying his comparison is around Joe Ingles. I don't agree with that, but I think his floor is like his comparison is Joe Ingles. I think his floor is a Joe Ingles. I think he can last in the NBA for a while because he's big. He's 6'8". He has passing ability and he has a high basketball IQ, and that is something I didn't expect. But his ceiling, and I think because he went to OKC, he will reach this because I think he'll have the open space to do it, and also like I don't think there's any pressure if you're in OKC. If you mess up, you mess up, and as a young guy, I feel like that's great. And I feel like OKC is doing their best to have veteran talent around them so they understand what they're doing. And I think Josh Giddey in OKC can fulfill that potential of becoming like a Simmons, a LaMelo hybrid, like in his own way, a less non-athletic version of that. Like not like a Luka Doncic, but a very, very Luka light. That's what I think his potential is.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. Like, I mean, Oklahoma City, they're not exactly a playoff team yet, and the pressure on like all these young guys will not be as high because they're all so young, and the veteran presence around them will help a lot and will help them, I guess, get adjusted to the league. But being on a team with so many young guys will just overall help the chemistry and help their all develop at, I guess, whatever pace they feel necessary.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's a great group of guys that they got there, and they all support each other, and I mean that's important. I mean they're like growing up together, and once the Thunder are playoff caliber, they're going to be ready because they play with each other for a while, and they're going to know what each other's strengths and weaknesses are, and
I think Oklahoma's doing a great job, even though it's just a lot of fucking players. They're doing a good job.
All right, I guess to move on, Golden State is on the clock now. So, do you have any idea what the Warriors are going to do?
I think it's Kuminga. I'm just going with what's up. I didn't think Josh Giddey would rise up to 6. I thought maybe Josh Giddey would get into the 9 or 8 area. I didn't think 6. I didn't think Scotty Barnes would be number 4, but Toronto. I had a feeling Toronto might pull a Patrick Williams Chicago Bulls sort of move, but I respect Masai. In terms of what I think Golden State, I think Kuminga. I've seen Kuminga around. Kuminga was a 7 pick originally in terms of the mock drafts. The pick is apparently in. We'll see if they'll go up. I think Kuminga's a ready player, and they've been looking for a guy like Pascal to bring in, but they're looking for like an all-star level. I don't know. I don't think Kuminga is at an all-star level yet, but he's a very ready player, like Davion Mitchell.
Yeah. And I guess quickly before Adam Silver announces it, I agree. I think that Kuminga will be the pick for the Warriors. So,
And in terms of other players, I think we should watch out for, or I wouldn't be surprised if they get picked very, very high. The Sogun guy, the Turkish guy, what he's doing with the numbers he's putting up is against grown men, and I saw like a 30-second highlight, and I was like, this guy's it. This guy is a generational talent, and whoever gets him is in luck, because trust me, that guy has a great future. Whoever that drafts him, like, look, if Toronto had a lower pick, I would be wetting myself for them to draft them, but we'll see.
I mean, I agree. I mean, he's 18 years old and he was playing in a professional league in Europe, circa Luka. But we'll talk about him after the pick.
Luka's built different. Different. Look, I'm gonna just say it right now. Some people are gonna hate me. Some people are gonna think I'm crazy. Luka Doncic is going to be better than LeBron James, and that's what that's all I'm going to say. Unless injuries plague him, Luka Doncic is going to be better than LeBron James.
Wow, that's a very bold statement.
Finally.
All right, so there you go.
Finally. We got Jonathan Kuminga up there.
Right.
we got one right. Not one right, but like
Yes.
one that wasn't a
Besides
surprise.
Cade. Yeah.
I'm glad the GMs know Jonathan Kuminga is a better player than some of the other guys up there. Sorry, down there in the list, in the pile. What do you have to say, Kieran?
Oh, I was just saying that. I mean, the Turkish guy Sengun. I mean, I think that he's legitimately the second best big man in the draft, and I don't think it's relatively close. Like Mobley's definitely the best, but this guy, he can be really good. Like you said, he's still so young. And he's a lot of time to grow and develop into a solid NBA player. And whoever gets him, if they develop him right, will get a really good player. So yeah,
I agree with you.
Oh, I'm sorry for
No,
interrupting.
I said I agree with you. I agree with you.
Oh yeah, and he can also like literally grow. Well, he's 18 years old, so I mean, he could reach the 7-foot mark. You never know. He's 6'9" right now, but he could reach the 7-foot mark.
Yeah.
So yeah.
His floor to me is a Tyreek Evans, which is really weird for saying, but his playing style is like that. I feel like he can score a lot of points if you ask of him, and he just gets in the paint, and he's got that physicality and athleticism to do it. And he will be a great player in the league right away because in the NBA, this is the difference between Europe and NBA, is physicality and athleticism. You can have talent. Everyone's talent level is almost the same. This guy, he's got the athleticism. He's got it. So we got 7 picks in right now. We got Orlando next. Do we have any comments or no?
I guess we apologize to Daddy Chill for not doing the entire draft.
Yeah.
And
we're still a good stream. We're still a good stream.
Oh yeah. And by the way, this is not the only thing we're gonna do. We have a ton of YouTube videos out there that we have made and we'll continue to make. So if you like this stream, make sure to check those out too.
Yeah, make sure to check out our socials, the Court Podcast on Twitter and the Court Podcast on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all we got. Let's talk about the trade that happened not a few minutes ago, but I think a trade that is going to happen. I don't know if it's finalized or not. We said that we'll talk about this on the stream. Russell Westbrook to the LA Lakers. What do you think?
So, I mean, right off the bat, it's a huge move, and I'm sure that Le GM had something to do with it. But
Le GM.
Hey, I mean, he's done it in Cleveland. He's done it in Miami. He did it with AD.
He's the guy.
GM, he is the boss.
Yeah.
He struck again, and I think that this is a great move. And Russ going back home, I guess, to Los Angeles, I'm sure he's thrilled with that, and he'll get a legitimate shot to win a ring for his hometown team. I mean, assuming he wasn't a Clippers fan. But
he was definitely a Lakers fan. He was definitely a Lakers fan.
Was.
Yeah.
I mean, who was it during the Kobe Shaq years? But he's played in the finals before. He's come close to a ring. He obviously, choked a 3-1 lead of OKC against Golden State 2016 Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
And that was probably his best shot at winning a ring so far. Besides the Thunder team that made the finals, this is right up there with that 2016 OKC Thunder team, in my opinion.
You think it is? Okay. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and I think he'll have a great shot at getting that ring. So, yeah, what do you think?
Look, I don't want to be like that, but I feel like my prophecies are all coming to light, or like are becoming true. Mm-hmm. No, not really, but so there. I don't know if you remember, but in the early stages of the podcast, this is something I still believe in. But the only reason that it's still not in my heart like that is because James Harden is in Brooklyn. But what I said was Russell Westbrook will win a championship. James Harden won't. And they're in Brooklyn. That team is good, but we'll see. But I think Russell Westbrook, he'll win a championship with the Lakers. I think there's another one in there. Yeah.
So Orlando is on the clock right now, and we will see who they pick. I think it's about to get announced. So
what?
All right. So the Orlando Magic thing picked Franz Wagner. So I believe he reunites with his brother from
Orlando, you guys are one lucky SOBs.
The brothers are reunited. Mo Wagner and Franz Wagner. Excuse my pronunciation, but I like that pick. I had them picking Orlando. Sorry, excuse me. I had them picking Wagner at 8. So humble flex, but I got that one right. But he is a really solid player. Besides the fact that he's going to be playing for his brother, I liked him a lot at Michigan, and he's just going to fit in right well into their front court. And yeah, great pick. What do you think?
I don't know if I told you this, Kieran, but I was ranting about this the other day about. I don't understand why he's up there in the mock drafts. I do not understand. I'm probably not seeing it. I'm probably blind. I'm not seeing it. I don't think he's a top 10 draft guy, especially in such a deep draft. But I have comments about him. He's tall, he's lanky, and he can run. That's something his brother Mo can't. I really liked Mo in the NBA. I always thought he had potential. It's just when you get drafted to the Lakers and you constantly keep moving around to teams where you don't get time to develop, that's an issue. I got nothing against Franz. He's a great talent. I just don't think he's a top 10 guy. I don't think he's a top 10 drafted guy. I don't think he is. But
okay.
But 6'10", 220 pounds. He's up there with the biggest guys in the draft this year. His floor is a Bielka or a Kaminsky, and his ceiling is a Kleber or a taller version of Gordon Hayward. We'll have to see how he is, but this is why Orlando is one lucky SOB, because I still think they would have drafted Bouknight if they had the 5th pick, if Toronto drafted Jalen Suggs. I just don't think. I do not know why you would pick. I do not know why you would pick Franz Wagner, but he has potential, but he's nothing too special. That's all I gotta say about him.
Yeah, and I'm gonna back up on that. I guess we were all under the impression that Orlando would pick a forward, and with 5, and obviously they picked a guard in Suggs, but and now I guess Wagner was their best available forward on their board, and I mean I don't really mind that pick. I mean I guess you disagree, but
I'm a strong opinionated person.
Yes.
Yeah. Go on.
But yeah, I mean, I personally like the pick. I guess Cole Anthony and Suggs are going to be a great duel in the backcourt and up front. I think Wagner can eventually, Franz Wagner can eventually.
I get it confused
be
too.
like a legit star, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Who do you think the Sacramento Kings will pick? And honestly, I feel bad for whoever that is going to Sacramento. But who do you think they will pick?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because I think there's still a lot of solid guards, available. Like Bouknight's still available for one. Davion Mitchell is. Keon Johnson is. I had them picking Keon Johnson in my mock.
That's a big steep up. Like Keon Johnson is projected to be in the middle, mid-teens. Yeah.
I like him, I guess, from the highlights that I saw. But I think that they will pick a guard. I'm not sure who, but I think they'll pick a guard. What do you think?
Honestly, with the way tonight's been going, I have no clue. But I think Bouknight is due to go up. If Franz Wagner is going up again, is going higher than Bouknight, and I didn't think Bouknight was good, and I thought Franz Wagner was worse. Who knows who's coming up next? They might just end up re-picking Bruno Caboclo with the way tonight is going. But I think Bouknight is due to go up.
Yeah, I agree with you. I guess my thought process was assuming that Bouknight got picked, but obviously he didn't. So Bouknight's still on the board. Sacramento probably should pick him. So yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised about a Kai Jones either, because I feel like they got enough guards. I do not understand the idea of getting Bouknight. I know you're talking about trading away Buddy Hield, but the package you were asking for Buddy Hield, the Lakers gave that for Russell Westbrook now. So I don't understand what's going to happen there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And also,
I just hope it isn't Moses Moody. Moses Moody is a great player. I think his talents would be better off in New Orleans.
yeah, and I guess we have a question or I guess a comment to respond to. Dub20 says, I don't know how AD, LeBron, and Russ would work, but for what they gave up to acquire him, I think it's no brainer. I agree. I mean, that package right off the bat, I think it was Kuzma, KCP, Harrell in the first.
And you did the 22nd pick in this year's draft.
Yeah, and then 22nd, you definitely do that for Russ. I absolutely, you do that for Russ. And I guess you can expand on that once the Kings pick. So
I think you could have taken away one of the players. I feel like if you kept KCP or Montrez, that would have been a good trade. I still feel it's a good trade. It's just I feel like it would have been a better deal. Oh, for once our timer was right on the spot. Let's go. Our timer was right on the pick now. Let's see who we get.
Oh, wow.
I have nothing on Davion Mitchell besides what I have in here, so...
I like him. I mean, I would have picked Bouknight, but, I mean, Davion Mitchell's an NBA-ready player, and it's a good pick. I like him. He's a defensive beast. He is the defensive beast.
Davion Mitchell, yeah. He's a great player. I think he'll be a good player for Sacramento. I feel like with how their timeline is in terms of the players they got, they need more older players, and I think Davion Mitchell is exactly what they need. As I said previously, he's the most ready player, and he has a good potential. I don't know if that potential will be reached in Sacramento, but I think it would be partially there if he is getting playing time. So I think this is a good pick. I was hoping for Bouknight to go to Sacramento, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good pick too. There's still tons of really solid guards on the board, like such as Bouknight.
Yeah.
But Mitchell, I guess, went a little early, but still a solid pick.
Yeah. So let's talk more about the Russell Westbrook trade. I feel like there isn't really anything we got on Davion Mitchell. He's a champion, yeah. And this is what I've noticed lately. We'll go to the Russell Westbrook convo after this. This is what I noticed lately. A lot of NCAA winners are winning the NBA again. There was a lot of them in the Milwaukee Bucks team, where a lot of players won the NCAA tournament with the respective teams, whether it was Virginia, North Carolina, whoever, and now they're winning the title. So I guess that's a good thing, because in the past, usually those players who won with the NCAA never really won with the NBA. There was like a few that you could look at over the past decade.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, Sacramento has, here I'm just going to double check right now, but here, I apologize for the wait. I'm not sure if they still have this guy. They do. They have Kyle Guy from Virginia, who obviously, you remember from the 2019 NCAA tournament.
Yeah, the Virginia team. He scored a buzzer beater in the preseason last year. I remember looking him up.
Yeah, he hit some clutch free throws in the Final Four against Auburn. So and he was the starting point guard, I believe, on that Virginia team too. So he is a proven winner. And now they got another starting point guard on the national championship team in Davion Mitchell. So there you go.
Teams tend to do that though. This is what I've noticed too. Like teams tend to just draft teammates who won it together. Maybe they're trying to get a championship identity from a younger age group instead of getting veterans in. They're trying to have young players while we're at it, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Court Podcast, and make sure to subscribe us. We post quality content. It isn't weekly or bi-weekly, but we post quality content, and if I were you, I'll definitely check it out in 20 minutes after we're done with the stream. We really appreciate your support in watching the stream tonight as well. But
big thank you.
Yeah.
I guess to back you up on that, I guess we're doing a break now.
No, we're not doing a break.
Oh, okay.
We're almost there. We're almost there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess back to what you were saying, very much appreciated, and thank you for the comments. We really love to see, I guess, people reacting live to the stream. And speaking of comments, we have to answer one. So what is our opinion on Nemius Keita? I apologize if I'm saying that name wrong. I believe that guy is on Utah State. I don't know much about him, but Puyon, what do you think about
I have
Nemius
no
Keita?
clue who that is, man. I have no clue who that is.
Oh, he's on Utah State. I got that right.
Uh,
Oh, no kidding.
this is what I'll say about Utah State. They produce NBA talent. They got Kyle Kuzma out there. They got Jakob Plotl. They had DeLon Wright. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's a quality NBA player. I cannot tell you anything about his potential. I've never seen him or heard of him before. We got
I
the
can't
Pelicans
believe
up.
yeah. Well, I'll touch on that after the Pelicans pick.
Why are they talking about like I wrote this down. I was like,
All right, this is interesting.
Yeah, Zaire Williams. He was projected to be mid-teens. You got any comments here?
I did not think that they were going to take Zaire Williams. I'm trying to find Okay, for some reason I lost it, but I mean, I guess obviously they have Zion in the front court, and I guess they want somebody to pair with Zion. And if this is the guy they think, then this is the guy that they think will do that. But I thought they would have taken a guard because there is a lot of questions about whether Lonzo is coming back or not, and
Yeah.
yeah. But what do you think?
I thought they might pick Moses Moody because Moses Moody is a great scorer and a great 3-point shooter. I feel like he's NBA ready in terms of that. I didn't think it's hard to say his name, Zaire. It's the weirdest way I say Zaire being written. Yeah, I didn't think Zaire Williams would get this far up, but I do agree. Personally, this is what I've noticed too. They've been teams are going back into like picking based on what positions they need, which was something I thought kind of went away over the past decade since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what I think of Zaire, he's got a high potential with a lot of these guys that get drafted in the top 10. It's mostly potential. I don't think he's anything too special based on what I'm seeing. We'll see what he's got to offer. Usually, whenever Stanford does bring out players, they are NBA quality because they don't really get many players coming in. But I guess we just got to see what he does.
Oh, and they're showing this on the feed right now. He was on that Sierra Canyon team with LeBron and D-Wade's kid. So
Zaire Williams.
Yeah.
There were a lot of Zaires on that team. Is Dwayne Wade's son also named Zaire Wade? Yeah. So
yeah,
a lot of Zaires.
Oh yeah.
You did know Keita though, Kieran. That's a first. I'm impressed.
I mean, I can't believe I did. I recognized the name vaguely. I knew he was on either Utah or Utah Jazz, but I don't know anything about him besides that he plays for Utah. Sorry, not Utah Jazz, Utah State. Excuse me.
I was surprised you remember it, but Kieran is more of a college guy. I'm more of an NBA guy. And the dynamic of usually I know most of the players. This is the first time, so we must celebrate it.
Yes, I appreciate the praise, but in all honesty, I have no idea whether he's in this year's draft or not. I just know that the team he plays for.
I think he is in this year's draft.
Oh, okay. So
I think.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. So we'll be taking a break right now. We'll be back shortly. Thank you so much for watching. So we were back and we were ready to attack.
We back.
Where the hood at? But yeah, let's see what we got. So the 11th pick is gonna go up soon now. Let's see who's gonna be.
I guess. Oh, is he coming up or?
No,
not
apparently
yet.
the pick is in, but they're still doing the thing. It's very coordinated in my opinion. You know, they
Yeah,
need the
yes.
TV sponsor monies and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, very. But in my opinion, I guess quickly before they announce it, I think that Charlotte's gonna take a forward.
you think they're gonna take a forward?
Mhm.
I think they should take Kai Jones. I really think Kai Jones is the man in terms of
Okay.
not the man, but I think he's got good potential, and I
He's
feel
in
like
Texas, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's the guy who played with Josh Labla.
Oh really?
Yeah, he was also in the team with the. I feel bad. I forgot his name. The Kentucky guy who
Oh, the
sadly
guy who
passed away. Yeah,
Oh, rest in peace.
rest in peace. But they
But
all
it's cool.
played together. Yeah,
It's cool that this guy played with Joshua. That's cool.
that's how I always remember Kai Jones. He was the top guy. He was the top guy that got out from the Brewster
man.
Academy fellas. But yeah, let's see.
We'll see.
Well, let's. Kai Jones is a center. I think he's the third best big man in this draft. But yeah, but there are obviously a lot of guys above him as what they're showing. They got Keon Johnson, James Bouknight, Alperen Sengun, Corey Kispert, and Moses Moody. But we'll see. We got 4 more picks left before we call it a night. And
So-
let's see what happens. Mr. Silver is going up.
And obviously, I mean, the Pelicans, excuse me, the Hornets struck gold last year for Melo Ball, so
Yeah.
let's see how this year goes.
That's a rarity. Finally,
All right.
the man got
So-
selected.
I guess you have to pick him there. He was best player on the board, so
I wouldn't have picked them, but I felt like there were better players. I felt if I were them, I would have gone with the center because that is a desperate need in the Charlotte Hornet organization. But Kieran, what are your thoughts?
I mean, we both had him going in the top 10, and him sliding to from 11 is a pretty big, I guess, not a huge drop off, but it's a pretty big drop off and a bit of a steal for the Hornets. And like I said, I thought they'd take a forward, obviously Bouknight's a guard, but that backcourt with him and LaMelo, I mean, that's something to look forward to for Hornets fans. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think really worrying about your backcourt is a. I don't think they should really worry about their backcourt. They got Devontae Graham, which I think is a great player. I think Malik Monk still's got potential, and Terry Rozier Jr. or senior third is really good. I know I mentioned it previously. I really think they should have drafted a center or a forward because actually a center, not a forward, because they got Miles Bridges and PJ Washington. But in terms of what I think of Bouknight, I do not want to sound like a arrogant MF, but this was when I saw Bouknight, my question was, how is a guy projected to be so high? I see nothing here, and I've mentioned this about Bouknight about 25 times tonight. But his floor is a Malik Monk. I didn't expect Charlotte Hornets to draft another Malik Monk, but his ceiling is a CJ McCollum. He can get to the paint very easily. This is something for someone who's 6'5" and 190 pounds, his flexibility and acrobatic moves in the paint was something I didn't expect. But he also gets a lot of 3 points off the dribble, even though his 3-point percentage is very low.
Yeah.
He has a high upside, I'll admit that, but it's nothing too special compared to the other guys I still see on the board and the other guys that were drafted above him. So guys like Sengun that I was telling you about, I feel like he's a better guy. I feel like Kai Jones kind of has a better ceiling than him, but I think for an 11th pick, it's a good pick.
Yeah, and he was, like you said, he was bound to get picked eventually, and maybe, I guess now is a surprise, or I guess pre-draft it would have been a surprise if to me if Charlotte got him, and it still kind of is a surprise, but considering he fell this far, it's a little less surprising if that makes sense. That was perfectly not confusing. I know I'm rambling a lot, but I'm trying my best here.
It's our first live stream. I hope everybody who's watching it is enjoying it. To the 10 or 12 people that have lasted all this way, we really appreciate it. We really do.
Yes, very much. Yeah. Thank you so much. You've made our draft experience a lot better by just watching this with us. So yeah.
So this is what's different about doing the live stream than watching the draft alone. When I watch the draft alone, it's all my own thoughts of, so San Antonio, Moses Moody's still on the board. Oh, this is great. Like I'm already thinking that by the 6th pick, I'm like, oh, I really hope Moses Moody ends up at San Antonio because it's a good organization. All that good stuff. That's how I am. But right now I'm just going as it flows, as we're talking. I'm seeing. I'm not really like thinking who's still left on the board. We got, I think Moses Moody to San Antonio is perfect. I think Moses Moody would become an all-star there, but I don't see why they would pick another guard. They're just loaded in the guard area. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick Sengun, but because they have an international reputation. But similar to how I trust Masai, I trust the San Antonio organization and whoever they pick. So in San Antonio, we trust. We'll see who they'll pick. They got 1 minute and 40 seconds. In the meanwhile, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe to us on YouTube. We got a lot of quality content. And I'm kind of showing this scene because it's kind of cheeks, but I was really hoping not to use this tonight. But I'm glad I'm not using this screen tonight because it would take me 25 minutes to just write it down and find the logos in there and just announce a trade to you guys. So I'm really glad that has not happened. But
We very much appreciate you all taking your time to watch this live stream. And I guess to back up what you're saying, it's a lot better, I guess, for us to chat with each other and answer questions and stuff. Like, I clearly remember last November during the draft, I was watching by myself and, like, texting you here and there. But
we always text each other during the draft, though.
Yeah, we always do, but I gotta admit, I guess actually talking to each other for real, it's just so much better. And doing it with, like, you guys also, it's a lot of fun, so we very much appreciate it. And like you said, we will not be going anywhere. We have a lot of future videos coming up, and make sure to be on the lookout for them.
Kieran, I really enjoyed watching it with you too, man. I really appreciate it. Well, once we get to the end of the show after our long emotional run, I'll give an emotional. I really enjoyed watching it with you, man. It's been fun so far. There've been some surprises. You saw some live reactions of me almost losing my but you know,
We kept our cool. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just sports. No matter how much we love it, we were disappointed for Raptors, but it's just sports. So.
Hey man, Scotty Barnes, my guy. I was hoping for. I thought I was gonna be a Jalen Suggs fan, man. Today I was thinking like, I'm gonna buy a Jalen Suggs jersey, huh? Am I? Now it's a Scotty Barnes jersey, I guess.
I was really hoping to get Suggs, but it's okay.
In Masai we trust. Trust. Not gonna lie.
If you doubt Masai, you're gonna regret it.
Never doubt Masai, man.
Never ever doubt Masai.
So, officially, my first page is now gone. We got all 6. And now in terms of the end, we got Kai Jones and Moses Moody, the 2 guys I thought would be gone by now, but they're still here. Kai Jones was projected to be 11th. Moses Moody was projected to be 8th. And now we got our Lord and Savior, Adam Silver, going up to announce the pick.
All right, let's see.
Primo Pasta. He's from Toronto.
Roll Tide.
I didn't know he was from Toronto.
Roll Tide, roll. He's from Toronto?
Apparently, I think he said he's from Toronto.
Wow, how about that? Hometown guy going to San Antonio.
Bro, I feel bad for the guy. His last name is Primo. That's a very unfortunate last name. It's an unfortunate last name if you know people from Toronto, but if you are from Toronto, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, but roll tide, roll tide, another first rounder. But I mean, this is the surprise as well. I did not have this guy going in the top 20.
I didn't. I heard of this guy today. When I heard Primo, I remember him because I was like, Primo Basta. My name is Andrea Bargnani. But let's talk about Joshua Primo. I know nothing about him. But
I mean,
yeah.
Like I watched a decent amount of Alabama games last season, and I recognize his name. I remember seeing him for sure. I did not think he would be a top 15 pick. That is a surprise for sure. But I mean, he's a solid player. I had San Antonio picking Corey Kispert, so I guess a forward, and then picking a guard makes my pick wrong. But yeah, he's a solid player, and I'm pretty sure he's 19 years old right now, or at least I think he's actually 18.
He's 18. He was born on Christmas Eve of 2002.
How about that?
Yeah.
So he's still really young, and he obviously has a lot of potential to grow into, but it's a decent pick. It's a surprise. I mean, I wouldn't have. There are a lot of guards still on the board that I would have taken, such as Cam Thompson or Moses Moody, like you mentioned. But
Keon Johnson.
Or Keon Johnson too. But yeah. What do you think of our Primo boy getting picked?
So Primo boy, he was apparently projected to be in the 20s, but as I said previously, once you get into the late teens, like the late lottery, it's kind of like whoever between now and the 20-something pick is just crapshoot, and then 20 to 40, it's a crapshoot. You don't know who's gonna come, who's gonna go. Primo, I didn't know much about him previously, but he doesn't seem like too much of a bad player. They did say he averaged 8.1 points and under 36% 3-point shooting. He's 6'5" and 190 pounds. He's similar in terms of physicality to James Bouknight. We'll see what he does. If San Antonio picked him, he definitely has potential. San Antonio doesn't miss, and he's a Toronto boy. Nothing but love and support for him.
Oh yeah, love to see hometown guys getting drafted. Shout out to Toronto, best city in the world.
The six. Nyae.
Oh Lord.
just some Toronto slang to make you guys uncomfortable.
Yeah, never say that. I wonder where we went to high school.
Oh, it said Royal Crown, but I don't know if that is. I don't know where that is. I'm guessing it's not.
I don't know either.
I'm guessing it's not Toronto, but I didn't think we'll go that deep into that. Kieran, so you know how I said we're going until 11 to 14? I was like, hey, if like Duarte, Davion Mitchell, and Chris Burr get picked with the Sengun guy, we can go till 14. With everyone else that was projected 1 to 11. Then they started picking people who were supposed to be 26 at 7. So I was not prepared.
Oh man, yeah, same here. And it's kind of surprising that those guys you mentioned, like Kispert or whoever, are still on the board. But I guess let's see, Indiana or Golden State may pick them coming up. They probably will. I'd be shocked if they don't. But it's been nice to have a surprising draft with both surprising moves, even if our Raptors had one of those surprising moves. But we'll see what Indiana. Let's see who they choose. I believe that pick us in, so we will see soon enough. I, for one, think they're going to take a guard, point guard, but like Keon Johnson or whoever. What do you think?
I'm just going with whatever guy that's on this piece of paper. Honestly, if Moses Moody does go to Indiana, I think he'll be similar to Paul George at Indiana. Because, look, Moses Moody's a great player. He's a great all-around scorer. I'll just say what I think of him. He has a floor of a Danny Green, or what Tyler Hero is now. His ceiling is is Moody. I think he's that sort of player, or like a taller version of Bradley Beal. He's a great scorer and has a high upside, and just depends where he lands. And I think going to Indiana isn't the worst place to go. So we'll see.
I think they're gonna probably take a guard as well, so I agree with that. Like I mentioned before, I believe our main man Adam is walking out soon enough, so we will see.
7 people watching. Thank you guys for sticking around. There is one more pick after this that we're staying for, and then we'll be saying our good nights and sending you guys off.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. So the pick is in. Let's see who's getting picked.
Oh,
that's high. Didn't think he'll go that high, but actually no.
Yeah.
I saw him go. It's 13th now.
I like him. He's a solid player. I mean, I don't really. I also thought he would go lower, but hey, he's good.
I saw Chris Duarte multiple times in the tournament. I liked what I saw. But I thought he was more of a 15 pass pick. I think 13th is a very historical pick in terms of talent that you didn't think would become really good, but maybe Duarte has something that I'm not seeing.
I mean, I agree with you. He was really solid in the tournament. Pac-12 Player of the Year. He was all around really, really good for Oregon last year. Like I said, I would have taken some guards over him, but I mean, like Moses Moody for one, but Duarte is not a bad player at all. And Indiana, I mean, they made the pick. They thought he was the right fit, so he is the right fit.
I knew he was NBA ready. He is a college senior after all. So you know, if you're being a college senior going at IX, you are expected to be NBA ready. In terms of other aspects, I noticed defensively that was what caught my eye, and his shooting wasn't awful, but it was good enough for me to be like, that guy can play in the NBA. That's why I was like, I think he's a late first round pick, 15 to 30. But Indiana might be the place for him. I thought he was more of a New York guy, you know, kind of being Dominican as well. I thought, I thought he might be what New York needs in terms of what they're going, and I think he would have been great in New York. But Indiana isn't a bad place. We'll see how it turns out for him.
And now, I guess for our final pick, we have the Golden State Warriors, who may trade their pick. I mean, odds are they're not, but
they got Kuminga, right? Yeah, they got Kuminga. Yeah. So we'll see what they'll do. There might be some teams who are interested. Who knows? Maybe the Warriors want Scotty Barnes, and Toronto wants Kuminga, and whoever's at 14. If Toronto wants Sengun, I'll take Sengun and Kuminga any day of the week. Please.
Yeah, believe me. I would also not be mad at all if we trade Barnes and we get Kuminga, whoever. But we'll see.
Also, go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
No. Go on.
Oh, I was going to say quickly, I guess, is there one player quickly that you're surprised is still on the board?
Moses Moody, for sure.
Yeah. I was going to say Moody or, I guess, Keon Johnson, but yeah.
I think Keon Johnson was projected to be around this area. He'll eventually get it. Moses Moody, projected to be 8th. We're at 14 and still nothing. Kai Jones, I think, is another guy.
Yeah.
I thought Kai Jones was definitely lottery.
Right? But I'm sorry about interrupting. I guess you could explain what you were trying to say earlier.
I'm just trying to fill up the time here. Like, there's nothing I need to say. I must say.
Yeah.
I'm dying to say. If there was, I'll just. Oh, apparently the pick is in. What? It literally said 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I was about to go push back the timer. But yeah.
Well,
look, there's two things, right? There's who am I surprised based on the mock drafts, and who am I personally surprised that's still on the board. I say Moses Moody is based on the mock draft, in my personal opinion. And Sengun is someone I'm really surprised. I
Yeah.
thought Sengun. I think Sengun. That's a personal one. Sengun can go anywhere, but I think he's that good.
I mean, I think we both have Sengun, or at least I have Sengun getting picked for the Warriors in this pick. But we'll see. The pick is about to be announced, so we will see.
I mean, if I am the Warriors, do I want these young guys? That's a serious question.
Yeah.
Like, you want to have all this young talent. I think Moses Moody is going because they're like talking. Maybe Moses knows something.
Yeah, maybe.
Draft. And then say Warriors select Moses Moody. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. I don't need to
got
do
it.
another edit. Moses Moody. Finally.
You got it.
Finally.
Nice. Well, he's finally off the board.
Yeah.
I mean, the Warriors, they drafted a guard last year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, as well. What's his face? The guy from Arizona, Italian guy.
Oh yeah. Nico Mannion.
Nico Mannion.
They drafted him in the late second round, though. That guy was projected to be really good.
Yeah, that guy wasn't. They obviously drafted what's his face, James Wiseman in the first round,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
this is a great pick. We both had him not getting.
We thought he was top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't think he would drop this far, but here we are, and
That's what I'm saying. He's a great all-around scorer, and his potential is endless. I don't know if Golden State is the place. He's probably going to get traded. But I hope whatever team he and Kuminga get traded, I wish them the best of luck. Obviously, the Golden State Warriors scouting team and GMs and all that knew who they were picking. Because I had the same guys. I was like, Kieran, Kuminga, Moody, these are the boys. And Kuminga and Moody were supposed to be 7 and 8. And there's a big drop between 8 and 14. So technically, the Warriors got 2 top 8 picks. And I said Kuminga's top 5, so they got a 5 and an 8 pick with a 7 and 14. And I think that's great for them.
oh yeah, that's a slam dunk for sure. No pun intended. But and I don't think they will trade their picks now that they've ended up with Moody and Kuminga. So yeah.
I think they might. We'll see. Look, I feel like if we're talking, they're the most ready, but they also got the highest potential. But we'll see. If those guys do perform, it's great. It's great for the Warriors. It's great for them.
Kuminga, he was a high school teammate of Scotty Barnes. So there you go.
Kuminga was wait, they were?
They were at the same academy, Montverde Academy. I
Oh.
think that's where.
I think that's Moses Moody, Cade, Scotty Barnes, and one other guy they showed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cade went there. That's who I was thinking of. But yeah.
Well, I have to do my fair bit of research into Scotty Barnes tonight, so I was doing too much research on Jalen Suggs. Now I feel like he's somebody that I used to know. You're somebody that I used to know.
I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, it's going to sting a little, but we're just going to hope Barnes is a solid player. He's got to trust Masai, and I bet he will be. So, yeah.
Kieran,
Booyah.
it was great while it lasted. We got through 14 picks.
An hour and a half nearly.
That was a lot of picks, man.
Yeah.
There used to be sunlight outside. Now there's nothing. Now that's just the moon.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm glad that we did this. It was a lot of fun, and I can't thank the remaining viewers and all the viewers in general enough for tuning in and watching this Draft with us. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of our collective hearts. We really, really, really appreciate you all.
I guess we got one more pick coming in. Let's see who it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a trade.
Oh, I think they're gonna.
Oh, Terrence Clark.
Oh, there's a trade.
I thought it was a trade. I thought it was a trade. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad, but yeah. I mean, it's really nice that they're doing a tribute.
I think they're doing an honorary pick like they did with Isaiah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's sad, but it's great that they're doing this.
Yeah, I respect it.
Oh man, I feel so bad for his family.
I just got shivers right now.
Yeah, me too. I hope his brother makes it to the NBA.
Same.
Yeah, I hope his brother plays basketball too.
Yeah, same. I was thinking that I was like, if I'm the mom, and you see the younger brother trying to play basketball, how would you feel like? You feel me when you had another son, just
Yeah.
like watching him grow up and do that. It's a hard thing.
Yeah.
Adam Silver, you G, man. You're a G.
Yeah, yeah, this is a great move. I mean, yeah,
Class move. Class move.
very classy, very, very classy for the NBA. It's just awful that the accident happened, but
And Brandon
Adam
Boston
Silver said he'll never be forgotten.
Brandon Boston was almost there, man. He was just the car behind it.
Yeah, that's the scary part, but yeah, it's just it's sad, but I mean they're mentioning now that a foundation is set up. I think so. I mean that's good, and the little brother, we really hope he could have the career that Terrence Clark should have had.
Yeah, man. I hope the family finds closure, finds peace, and everything goes well for them.
Yeah, for sure.
I think. Yeah. All right.
And I guess on that note, I think it's time to unfortunately
Yeah.
say our goodbyes as well.
Yeah.
So,
Rest in peace, Terrence Clark.
rest in peace, Terrence Clark.
A high school colleague of ours played basketball with him. So
Yeah,
when sadly he passed away, I didn't know him personally, but you kind of feel like sometimes when you know you got people tell you that everyone in the world is at least 6 connections away. That's one thing we learned in high school. It's like it's like 6. You remember this in the careers? And
oh yeah.
some
I
of
think
them you
about that
know.
a lot.
Yeah, and some of them you know. Some of them you're like, that is like 3 connections. I went to this guy with high school. This guy played with them. Same with Kai Jones. They play with one another. And there's nothing personal I got
Yeah.
with them. But when they die, it's just when they pass away. When something like this happens, you kind of feel bad for the person that you knew that knew them. But then when they're your age, you're just like, that could have been anyone. No
Yeah,
one's protected,
exactly.
right? Anyways,
It's
go on.
I was just gonna say that.
Say
like,
what you want to say, man.
Oh, I was just saying. I mean, it's scary. It can happen to any one of us. Like, I guess nothing is promised, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a shame. It's a really real shame that it happened. But it's our thoughts and prayers go to his family and friends, and he will not be forgotten.
Thank you guys for watching again.
Thank you so much.
How many viewers we got? We got 10. That's double digits. This is perfect to end it off on. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. These are the ads. We really appreciate you guys watching this far, and make sure to like and subscribe to videos that are there in the video section. They're quality content, I promise you. And please make sure to comment. Make sure to give us feedback. That really helps. And yeah.
Yeah, and follow our social media pages as well, like we mentioned, and feel free to comment on those as well and like. And yeah, we just very much appreciate you all for tuning in with us, and be on the lookout because we're not going away. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We can find us on Spotify. This is a bit hard because if you search the Court Podcast, it might not come up. But if you search my name, which is the same as the YouTube name, and it's the one same up here. Yeah, right up here. I got it right up here. You just search that up on Spotify and you can listen to our podcast there, or on your Apple Podcast or any podcast streaming platform. And besides that, Kieran, we're gonna leave the stream on going for 10 extra seconds, because when I stop it, it'll stop it there, 10 seconds out.
Yeah.
So we'll say our goodbyes here, and then for 10 seconds we'll just stand still looking here.
No problem.
All right.
So,
I'm Puyan Shirzadi.
I'm Kieran Kalambi.
And thank you for listening, and we hope you have a wonderful night.